Hey guys, welcome back. Getting very close to Christmas right now. So you're probably not going to want to have a whole lot of cooking and a whole lot of leftovers. So tonight we're going to make something very easy. Something I think everybody has made one time in their life. I've heard this called anywhere from beef stroganoff to what we're going to call it tonight.
Right.
Beef and noodles with mushrooms and onions.
That's it.
Really simple and really tasty. We are going to start off with a pound of cut up beef tips.
Yes.
Had to stop and think since you're going to call it beef tips. We do have this in a relatively hot pan. You'll want to get a second pan started with your water. About 2 quarts of water for your favorite noodle. All that when we come back on In the Kitchen with me, Mikey, and who can forget my cameraman, Roy. Say hi, Roy.
Hey, Roy.
We're going to start off just by browning the meat, adding our onions. You do want to put your onions in first. Good aromatics. We just dice these up, nothing too special. I did sprinkle in about half a tablespoon of salt, 2 cloves of garlic, freshly crushed. For our seasoning, this may seem a little odd, but try it. As soon as I can get it open. This is nutmeg, and it does go really well with meat. It's warming, and we will be using a little bit of, we're using milk, but you can use cream, whatever makes you happy. A pinch of thyme, and when I say a pinch, this is going to be about 1/8 of a teaspoon. We are also going to add a spice that I rarely get a chance to use. Marjoram.
Yeah.
However you choose to pronounce it. And it appears I'm getting this more on my stove than I am anywhere else. So, Roy, what do you have planned for Christmas? Anything?
I think we're just going to have like finger foods and ham.
Sorry, I'm going to get it off there eventually. Finger foods and ham?
Yeah.
I'm going to do a turkey this year.
Oh.
Now, what
I really hope you're going to smoke it. Like you did
No,
Thanksgiving.
I'm not going to smoke one.
Man.
I'm just going to do it traditional.
I hear you.
Now, what I did add in there that was causing all the beating was about a tablespoon of beef bouillon. Watch your salt. You want to taste as you go on this because your beef bouillon really does have a lot of salt in it. If you want to get creative with this, you can use Vegemite, Marmite, if we have any of our English or Australian viewers watching. And that is something. I keep seeing that we have some really good comments and things left on our videos, but you guys aren't telling us where you're from.
Yeah,
we'd like to know.
Do.
And when you do, we may be able to cook your country's national dish, and hopefully that we won't slaughter it that much. Once everything gets mixed in and fairly translucent with your onions, oh, that smells good.
It does.
We're going to add in 1 8-ounce package of mushrooms. Now, I did pre-wash these and salt these. They will break down. Use a little bit with your spoon. Now, give these about 5 minutes to cook. Your mushrooms and onions both will release a lot of moisture. We'll show you how to put this together when we get back. Hey. It's Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.
A few days before Christmas anyway.
Yes.
Since you're here and about to take a small break, why don't you guys take the time to both like and subscribe. And if you like what we're doing, hit the little bell.
Ding.
coming together very, very nicely. We are also going to add a splash of Worcestershire sauce.
Where's your sister sauce?
Somebody's got a Worcestershire.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
When I say a splash, this is really to taste. I put about 2 tablespoons in here. And we'll cook this down slightly until all of the meat until the meat loosens up and gets a little bit more tender. This is going to be a really, really short cooking process, but that's the idea. We're wanting to throw this all together for Christmas.
Smell that.
Now, to fill you guys in a little bit of what's coming up. We will be having a total of 2 more videos for this season. I can't believe how long we've been doing this. I want to thank each and every one of you. Brenda, I know you're one of our most loyal watchers.
Hey, B.
I don't forget you. We do appreciate it. So, with that being said, Roy and I are going to be taking a little trip tomorrow. I posted a hint to it.
Yes.
What's running around up here, while we're there, we're going to be doing some footage, maybe even go live. Who knows? But we also have another project in the works. Do you know what's in the fridge, Roy?
Yeah. Something good.
Roy had never had homemade, home-cured corned beef. It's been a while since I did it. So a few days ago, I did start that. That will probably be the final video for this new year, and we'll break it down into 2 videos. It will be broken down to 2 videos. The final video of this year and our first video of season 2 in 2020, which will do either Reuben's or corned beef hash, or maybe we'll do a double show and do them both.
I'm feeling full already.
You want to let this cook for about 10 minutes.
That's getting all happy.
You won't lose too much of the moisture, and don't worry, I will show you how to thicken this up. If there's another spice that you'd like to add, I would suggest maybe throwing in a few dashes of Tabasco sauce. Wouldn't go too wild with it, depending on who all's eating it. But this is definitely going to be a dish. Throw together really simple, 30 minutes or less, and enjoy. Who wants to be spending all of their time in the kitchen through the holidays? Shut up.
Not me.
I do. I love cooking. Seriously. And if you're watching this, you guys really do love to cook too. Do something nice for your family. This is a wonderful way. Into the new year. And yes, I'll shut up. Into the new year, we are going to be doing some more desserts. It's been a while. We run short on desserts. But maybe some retro desserts coming up.
Oh, gosh.
I found a cookbook. We won't talk about it right now. We'll let it be a surprise. When we come back, we will show you how to thicken this up and get it all delicious. Don't be afraid. If you want to throw some carrots in here, throw some carrots. If you want to throw some celery in here, throw some celery in here. This is your dinner. I'm only showing you a guide of how to get you started. When we come back on In the Kitchen with me, Mikey, and my best friend Roy.
Hey. Look at that.
Which rolling over the food? Everything is cooked down
It smells
and
good.
smells really, really good.
Insanely good.
Now, if you want to doctor this up even more, give it a little bit more flavor. This time of year, I bet you have an open bottle of red wine somewhere. Throw in a couple of cups. Guzzle some too if you'd like.
See, that's with me. If there's a bottle open, I'm sure that it's going to be gone.
Yeah, this would be really good with wine or even a really dark beer like a Guinness. Okay, as you see, there is a lot of moisture in here. Now, we haven't added any liquid at all. I am going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of flour. And yes, you can go ahead and add it in this way. You won't get lumps. And it'll help you to cook the flour slightly. You only need to cook it for about a minute, minute and a half. Everything will be tasty. Now would be a good time to go to your refrigerator and pull you out some milk. If you don't have milk, all means use heavy cream. If you don't have that either, go ahead and use water. Or even better, a broth.
Yeah.
Beef, chicken. Beef would be best, but who's picky, right? Right.
What you got?
You're wanting to get rid of a lot of stuff in the refrigerator so you can make room for the turkey, for the ham, for the stuffing.
The beer.
All the good stuff, the beer. If you have a lot of family coming, the hard liquor.
Yeah.
This.
Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker.
Ain't that the truth? Wine is fine, but whiskey's wetter. Sorry, Ozzy. Hey! Ozzy's coming back. New album, new song. He's got 2 on the radio. Under the Grave. It's actually a really good song. Now if he'll just get that old hit fixed. He's 71.
That's right.
You know, and he's still going. With all the drugs, you go, Ozzy.
I thought the 80s were good to me.
To this, we are adding 2 full cups of milk. Now, I use 1% milk, whatever milk you have. I do not suggest using nut milks in this, simply for the fact I don't know what flavor you're going to get out of it. You will want to return this to about a medium heat until you get a boil. Don't worry, it's not going to get to its full thickness until it does hit a boil. We'll show you the noodles, and we are going to be cheating a little bit on the noodles. We're using an extra wide egg noodle. If you'd like to make them from scratch, by all means go ahead. That will be a later video. Other than that, now would be a good time to add your final spices, or if you'd like to add more. I like fresh ground pepper in here, and I do add it towards the end because your pepper tends to scorch if you put it in too early. Salt, you don't have to worry about scorching, but we're not going to salt it until this thickens up, and we will taste it. All when we come back. And hey, don't forget, while you're here, while you're waiting,
you know,
like and subscribe.
You know it.
We'll be right back. Our beef tips and gravy are now done. We're just going to let them sit while we get our noodles going. We have a pot of water, no specific amount. You want it just to cover the noodles that you're doing. Right now I'm using an extra wide egg noodle. I'm sorry, just a wide egg noodle. For 2 of us, there's about 3 cups. You do want to put this in salted water. If you have an issue with eggs, don't use egg noodles. Use whatever noodle you like. Don't really recommend spaghetti.
No.
Maybe a fettuccine.
Fettuccine,
A good heartier noodle. Now we are going to put a little bit more in here. Now I know you guys do see the cuts and scrapes and all that on my hand. I'm a cat owner. I play with cats. This is only going to take about 5 to 6 minutes. Now, you may be asking why we're not cooking them directly in with the beef. For one, yes, they will take up a lot of the flavor, but they're also going to take up a lot of your liquid, and you don't really know how much. So it's best just to do these separate, and besides, they store separately a whole lot better. Your noodles won't get mushy. For some ideas to go with this, I, being the baker that I am, and the fact that I got bored today because I was off work, I made sourdough. Now this is a homemade sourdough straight from the starter. A friend of mine from work, hi Amy, friend of mine from work wanted a part of my sourdough starter. So I figured since I was doing it, waking it up, Charlie, why not go ahead and make one? We'll be cutting that, having a good crusty bread with this. And we're also doing peas, simply for the fact because I had a can sitting there.
There you go.
So guys, all that's left for us to do is finish putting this together. Roy doing his magic to make it look beautiful. And the last step, eating.
Eat.
We also have a surprise for you today. Guess what time it is? This is a fruit I think I've had before. And as I remember, if you don't get them at the right time, they'll turn your lips and your head inside out. This is called a persimmons. We'll be trying this today. We'll be right back. Guys, thank you for joining us another week. We hope you enjoy, again, beef tips with mushrooms, onions, a beautiful gravy, homemade sourdough bread. If you'd like to have the recipe or have me to do some of the baked goods on here, just let us know. Comment below. From both of us, happy holidays.
Ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas. I make a good Santa.
Good. Hey, let's eat.
Let's go eat. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, we're back.
We are
And Roy brought us,
a persimmon.
isn't that a little scary? And you're holding the knife upside down.
Oh.
But he brought us a persimmon, and he is going to try this.
We are going to try this.
He is going to try this first bite. Because I got a funny feeling it's still going to turn him inside out. So we have to say it. What is that? Oh, it's just on the skin.
Yeah.
Guess what time it is? Well, start cutting, Roycifer.
I never had a persimmon. I do know one thing that's really neat about it is the seeds. They say that they're shaped kind of like a fork, knife, or a spoon. And that can tell you, or they say it can tell you and predict what the weather or the winter is going to be. I can't remember straight off of what.
Can't be any worse than our weatherman.
Well, I don't even see no seed up in here, do you?
I believe those right there are seed pockets.
No. I don't even know how to, if I'm cutting it the right way. But
You know, it reminds me of a mater.
it does. So,
Be prepared for it to have a seed in it. We shall tell you.
okay. Persimmon.
Persimmon.
That's not bad. Mm-hmm. You'd see.
Okay.
It's really good.
With me, that's a texture thing.
Yeah? You don't like it?
It's melony, tomatoey.
Yeah. It's sweet.
It is. It's very, very sweet.
I'm glad it wasn't sour.
I was actually looking forward to a little bit of sourness there, but I believe this is just completely ripe.
I don't know. I've seen a seed.
But you can see where it resembles a bit of a tomato. If there was a seed, they're very, very light. The flesh is...
It looks like a tomato.
It is, but almost a creaminess to it. Very mild tasting. It's very good.
It is.
I'm not sure what you would use it. I'm going to make sure.
I'll trade you.
Laugh if you will. I'm getting a hint of soap. I mean, there's definitely a weird texture. Definitely an odd texture. Somewhat slimy to death. Very much like a tomato. Reminiscent of a tomato without the seeds.
I would eat another one.
I wouldn't say it has a distinguished flavor of anything. It's sweet.
I wouldn't mind trying when it wasn't so ripe, just to see how sour it would be.
I would like, yeah.
I like green gooseberries too.
Mom loved gooseberries and gooseberry pie. Hey, if anybody has a gooseberry vine out there and would like to share a starter,
Hi.
well, thank you guys. This has been another quick edition of Guess What Time It Is with Persimmons. If there's a fruit or a vegetable that you'd like for Roy to try,
Hey.
just let us know. Keep in mind his favorites were durian.
No, it was not. Research the video of us eating or trying a durian and listen really closely in the background to him.
You have no idea the
Oh,
smell.
it was hilarious.
Okay, so I don't get too red at embarrassment. Thank you guys for another week. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. And if you like what we're doing, we try to do this every week. Sometimes more, sometimes a little bit less. But you can always hit the little bell.
Bing.
I like that sound, don't you?
Yeah.
Hit the little bell and you'll be notified as soon as we release a new video. We have some really fun things coming up. Thank you guys. Have a great one.